Good morning, dear friends. In the last lectures, we have learned about how the simulation of single phase half wave rectifier and single phase semi converter and with the asymmetrical symmetrical configuration. Then, then we come with full converter and what are the advantages of semi converter for inductive load. Then we have learned with the simulation of three-phase full converter and the three-phase semi-converter. Also, when the capacitor, the requirements of filter capacitor in output of the rectifier, in order to connect this motor, it is necessary we have to reduce the ripples in the output voltage so that we can run the motor in smoothly. Also, it is good for the reliability of the machine as well. So in this lecture, I am going to explain about that buck converter. So before going through this lecture, kindly go through the basics of power electronics of buck converter of constant frequency control so that you can easily understand this concept. So let me share my MATLAB. I hope my MATLAB screen is very much clear. Now, please only here I am going to explain this constant frequency control. So in this simulation, we will come to know why the use of capacitor in this output voltage, that then what is the use of this continuous and discontinuous conduction, what is meant by discontinuous conduction, and what is the with the effect of duty cycle variation, how the output voltage will be. So for this, I have given here this input voltage as 220 volt DC voltage. Then MOSFET output, I have input of the MOSFET gate pulse I have given through this pulse generator. You can see here pulse generator. Then this is one current measurement. So in order to know how the switching current will be, then similarly I have shown here another one current measurement, that is for diode current when the diode will conduct. Then after that, the load current as well, I naught, and output voltage V naught. So here I have connected one open circuit. When I explain this capacitor effect, I will connect this capacitor here. So this is the resistive load of resistance of 1 ohm and the inductance of 5 millihenry. Let me take now for understanding. I am giving only 0.1 millihenry of inductance. Then one back EMF or otherwise RLE load of E voltage of 24 volt. So this much we have done here. This then by using this go to and from blocks, I have connected this pulse output to here for seeing the scope. Similarly, input voltage also I have taken. Then switching current or switching current and means switch current. It's not switching current, current of the switch, and then diode current flowing through the diode. Then output to current and output voltage. Now here there is no capacitor is connected. Capacitor is open. Let me explain now this pulse width. I have chosen that frequency of 5 kilohertz. So the total time period of is fixed since constant frequency control. So period I have given 1 by 5000 hertz. That means 1 divided by 5 kilohertz, so that we can convert that into time. So pulse width I will vary between 0% to 100%, so that whenever the pulse width is 0, our duty cycle will be 1. So duty cycle will be 0. Whenever pulse width is 100, duty cycle will be 1. So whenever the pulse width is 50%, duty cycle will be 0.5. The phase delay I have given it as 0. Then now, if you connect this entire thing, now let me run this simulation. Since I am running here the simulation for 0.008 seconds, that means 1 by 5 kilohertz is nothing but 0.008 not 2. So now I am going to see the 4 cycles of pulse waveform. So that is what 0.008. So that so let me run the simulation for 0.008 second. So now this is the output voltage. So input voltage we have given it as 220 volt. Then switching pulse width. Let me take now pulse width of around 5%. 5 pulse width of around 5% is duty cycle is very less. That means duty cycle will be 0.05. So now this is the pulse width. So now the total switching time period will be this much. See, this is one time period, that is nothing but 0.002, that 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this is one cycle, this is the second cycle, this is the third cycle, this is the fourth cycle. So in this constant frequency control, in this case on time is very less, off time is more. So what happens? Switching current, it will not be sufficient. Switch current, it will not increase much. Reason is on time is very less. Whenever on time is very less, then only supply will flows through this. So immediately it will be off. So due to that, the switch current will be very less. Also diode current when it will be flow, once the inductor will store energy, it will act as an inductor as a current source and it will supply the current through the diode. So that we are having this concept, so that current in this diode will be also very less. Similarly, the load current also will reflect this. Load current also it will be reflect this diode current, since when the switch is on, current will be flows through this. When the switch is off, this diode will free wheel through this. So that now we have this load current. Then load voltage will be also very less. This is the discontinuity will be take place. If you see here, let me take this waveform of this one. Here discontinuity will be take place on time. So here 100 around 220 volt has come. Then again current voltage will be 0, since back EMF it will not be give impact much. Since what happened, once the current is 0, we will come to know it will take some load current to settle down till the diode current. See, the diode current will settle down to 0. Therefore automatically voltage across the output will be 0. Then again discontinuity will be take place. This is the value of 24 volt what we have given, this 24 volt. Then again next switching will start, output voltage will be high. Now let me show now this output duty cycle variation of, instead of 50%. That means duty cycle is 0.5. So what will happen in this duty cycle of 0.5? If you see this waveform, now this is the input voltage. The duty cycle on time will be 50%, off time on time and off time are equal. So switch current will increase and settle down. Then it will be, then switch current will be 0. Then again increase and settle down. Then here the diode current, till this there is no current flow, the diode is open. So with the diode will be reverse bias. Whenever the switch is off, that inductive current will discharge through this diode. That is why this negative reduction in this current. But the load current, whenever the switch is on, current will increase. Whenever the switch is off, inductive current will discharge. That is why we have 0. Then again on and 0, like that. So since this is a continuous conduction, previous case we have seen discontinuous conduction. As long as duty cycle is increasing, we have that continuous conduction. Due to the continuous conduction, during the off time of the switch, there is no back EMF. There is no signature of back EMF. Then it will be, the waveform is like this. So similarly, if we increase this duty cycle of around 90%, you can see little more clearly the output voltage waveforms. See here, input voltage on time is more, off time is less, but the switching time is constant. Then again on time is more, off switching time is constant. So then the switch current, till this on time, switch current will increase. Then again after switching current will be 0. Then again increase, like that. Then similarly, the diode current. So diode current, whenever the discharging is take place, there the diode current, whatever energy stored in the inductor will dissipate the energy. That time diode current will be very less, since on time will be more. So automatically till this load current will increase, again it will be reduced immediately before discharging fully. Energy dissipated, stored in the inductor dissipated, before dissipated, again it will be charged and discharged and load current will increase. Then the load voltage will be till this output voltage is high, since switch is on, then switch is off, then output voltage will be 0 and this waveform will be like this. Now I hope you understood the concept behind this. Now let me show this variation. Only you have now understood how the variation of duty cycle will affect the output voltage. Now let me take this duty cycle 50% constant. Then inductance I have increased to 5 millihenry. Inductance I have increased to 5 millihenry. Let me run the simulation now. In this case, if you see here, good on time is more, on time is 50% only, but at the same time switching current will gradually increase. Initially inductive current will be 0, switching current will be gradually increase, then diode current will also gradually, this is the transition time period. Then similarly load current will also continuously increase. Why? Due to the inductance, higher value of inductance, it will be increased. Then after some time it will be settled down to normal position. So now if you take the run the simulation for 1 second, see here now the waveform, it will be see here it will be increased now diode current, then it will settle down to the maximum value. For understanding you have to be go through this steady state value. As the inductance load current is more, as the inductance value is more or less inductive current will increase and always constant. Due to the inductance increase in inductance effect, it will smoothen, it makes smooth that inductive current, load current as well. Then similarly this is output voltage of it will be there, output voltage of on time and off time 50%. Now one more thing, if I connect this capacitor here instead of open circuit, if I make it one capacitor, previously we have output voltage is having some discontinuity will be there. Output voltages will be having discontinuity will be there. In order to, if we want to connect to the DC motor, I have to make it this output voltage should be ripple free and should be constant. So for that now either one can design the capacitor, otherwise approximately I have already done the successive by using successive approximation method. I have increases the capacitance to 1 farad. Now let me run the simulation. Now that time we have this load voltage will be, it is increasing and settle down to maximum value. So this is what we can control. One can understand by varying the, we know already buck converter output voltage is nothing but duty cycle into input voltage. So one can vary that duty cycle accordingly and measure the output voltage. With this, I hope it is understandable. With this, I would like to conclude today's presentation about buck converter. So with the constant frequency control, the next class I am going to explain about the variable frequency control. Variable frequency control means on either on time or off time, or either on time or off time or constant. So but with varying the frequency, switching frequency will be vary, so that we can use this variable frequency control. So the next class I am going to explain the same. I hope it is understandable. Those who are really interested to continue the watch the previous next lectures, kindly subscribe it and press this bell button also. Wish you all the best. Thank you.